actually kind of okay, but we have crazy weather warnings in terms of a storm and stuff coming in. I was disappointed last night. It was thunder and lightning, and I just missed it with a time lapse because my intervals, that's why I was doing all this practicing and stuff. And with that in mind, what did I read today? How about this one? Apparently there was more news about people using drones for illegal purposes where people got arrested. It says here, police say a ride stop in the Eastern Ontario town late last week led to the interception of drugs they believe were destined to be dropped into a nearby prison using a drone. 2 people from Quebec, including a 16-year-old boy, were arrested by Ontario Provincial Police as a result of the ride spot check conducted just after 12:15 a.m. on Friday in Hawkesbury, a town on the Ontario-Quebec border located about halfway between Ottawa and Montreal. Getting younger and younger in terms of criminals. It makes me wonder if this is one of those things, kind of like the stuff I've heard where criminals get young people to commit crimes because they know the laws will be more lenient against them. It says here, police say they discovered an open bottle of alcohol inside the vehicle moments after pulling it over. Apparently, in terms of the type of drug, it was cannabis according to this, and you can see in terms of the equipment they were using as well. I always find that the interesting part. What are people actually using to commit these crimes and all that? But just another example, I guess. It's a tech. Some people use it for good, some people use it for bad, right? And then more news about people warning China, for example, I guess potentially supplying Russia with things like drones. This one says, German FM warns of consequences if China drone aid to Russia confirmed. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock warned Monday of consequences if China is confirmed to be supplying Russia with drones for its war in Ukraine, as EU ministers reviewed the evidence at a meeting in Brussels. We are introducing further sanctions against Iran and are also making this clear with regards to China drone aid because this too must and will have consequences. Baerbock told reporters as foreign ministers agreed to widen measures over Iran's supply of drones and missiles to Russia. We heard that crazy news yesterday too in regards to missiles anyways. It says ministers were due to review intelligence indicating that China-based companies are linked to the production of drones deployed in Russia's war, as claimed by the United States, which imposed sanctions last month over the allegations. The US measures target 2 companies in China and 1 in Russia, which it believes to be involved in developing and making Russia's Garpia series long-range attack drone, an accusation rejected by Beijing, saying, quote, "We have had reports from intelligence sources on the existence of a factory inside China producing drones that are shipped to Russia and used in the war against Ukraine," said a senior EU official ahead of the meeting. The official added they don't have a clear evidence of direct cooperation on military equipment between China and Russia, stressing that, quote, "The moment we will have evidence, we will react." That's kind of contradicting, isn't it? I would have thought, based on how they wrote it before, they pretty much have solid proof, whereas this one's like, oh, we're still looking for it. But yeah, with that thought of missiles and so forth, you heard that one yesterday where the US apparently approved Ukraine to use these long-range missile strikes against Russia, and you'd have to wonder, is that a declaration of literally war with everybody now versus just, hey, we're the supplier of equipments? Because this one here now says, Russia vows tangible response if US missiles used against its territory. Russia says the use of US long-range missiles by Ukraine will lead to an appropriate and tangible response. Such an attack inside Russian territory will represent the direct involvement of the United States and its satellites in hostilities against Russia, a foreign ministry statement said. President Joe Biden approved the use of the missiles on targets in Russia in a major change of US policy, 2 months before he is due to leave the White House. That was one of my thoughts actually, where because it was a new election and stuff in the US, there's going to be a changeover. Is this one of those things where like, oh, let's just start a war anyways, we hate the results? It says it is not clear if his successor, President-elect Donald Trump, was consulted or whether he will stick by the decision, having promised to end the Russian-Ukraine war. Ukraine has had US ATA-CMS with a range of 300 kilometers as well as French and British Storm Shadow missiles of a similar range, but the Western allies had barred Kyiv from hitting Russia with them. And reading this too, I was thinking, has it really been that long? Because it says it's been 1,000 days already since the start of the war. Man, time flies. It feels like just the other day we were still in all that lockdown and so forth, huh? But either way, who knows what will happen here within the next few months? War? Are you going to prepare in any way, stocking up for example, or are you just hoping for the best? right, see you guys later.